My name is Lacey Ford. I'm 32, a registered nurse living in Richmond, Virginia. I'm a woman who believes in healing, of the body, of relationships, of trust. Ironically, none of my training in medicine ever prepared me for the kind of emotional hemorrhage I was about to suffer. I was married to Connor Ford for 6 years. He was charismatic, thoughtful, at least that's what I thought. He worked in IT for a cybersecurity firm, spent most of his days glued to screens, but somehow always made time for me. Or so I believed. We met at a mutual friend's Halloween party. He came dressed as James Bond, smooth-talking and cheeky. I came as a nurse. Fitting, since that's what I'd been my whole life. He was witty and charming, but more importantly, he listened. Or, at least, he pretended to. I used to think our love was something real, something safe. We shared dreams about travel, kids, and building our dream home one day out in the Blue Ridge Mountains. But all of that unraveled one Thursday afternoon with one single phone call. It was an ordinary day. I had just gotten off a long shift at the hospital, 12 hours in the ER, understaffed and emotionally drained. I was at home, curled up on the couch, mindlessly watching reruns when my phone rang. It was a number I didn't recognize, but as a nurse, I tend to pick up unknown calls. Sometimes they're patients. Sometimes they're emergencies. Hello. I answered, my voice hoarse with exhaustion. Hi, is this Lacey Ford? A woman's voice on the other end, professional but uncertain. Yes, speaking. This is Dr. Elise Monroe from Riverside Women's Clinic. I'm trying to reach the emergency contact for a patient. Samantha Reed. Your name and number are listed here. Are you a relative? My blood ran cold. Samantha Reed? I didn't know any Samantha Reed. I think you have the wrong person, I said. There was a pause. It says here you're her husband's emergency contact. Connor Ford. I went still. My mouth opened, but nothing came out. My heart was pounding so hard it echoed in my ears. The voice on the other end continued. Unaware of the earthquake she was setting off inside me. I'm so sorry if there's been a mix-up. She had a minor scare with the pregnancy and needed someone to notify her partner. She listed Connor and this number. I'll make sure the records are corrected. I understand. I managed to say, my voice trembling. Thank you for letting me know. I ended the call and stared at the wall, the silence around me suddenly oppressive. Pregnancy. Samantha Reed. Emergency contact. Connor Ford. He had another woman, and she was pregnant. I don't remember how I got to Connor's office. I must have driven like a ghost. I walked in, my nurse scrub still wrinkled, eyes red from fatigue and fury. He looked surprised when he saw me. Lacey, what are you doing here? I got a call. I said, my voice calm, too calm, from a women's clinic, about a patient named Samantha Reed. I saw the blood drain from his face. He opened his mouth to lie. I saw it forming. But then he slumped into his chair, defeated. Lace, I was going to tell you. I laughed, loud and bitter. When? After the baby's shower? He buried his face in his hands. It was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to go that far. Oh, so you just accidentally created a child. I snapped. I didn't mean for any of this to happen, he said. It was during that time we were fighting about the house renovations. I was stressed. She was there. It just happened. I stepped back like I'd been slapped. That time he told me he was flying to Denver for a conference. He'd even brought back a souvenir mug. I remembered how I'd stayed up late organizing paint samples for our future nursery while he was off playing house with someone else. You cheated on me. You got her pregnant. And you let me live like everything was fine. For how long, Connor? 5 months, he muttered. She's 5 months along. 5 months. That meant I had been sleeping next to him for 5 months, dreaming of our future, while he was already building one with someone else. I packed my bags that night. I couldn't look at him. I couldn't breathe in that house. He begged. He cried. He said he would end it with Samantha and do the right thing by me. But how could I stay? How do you rebuild trust when the man you love makes you the emergency contact for his mistress's pregnancy? I moved into my sister's guest room, and for weeks I barely spoke. People at work noticed. My patients noticed. But I wasn't ready to talk about it. Eventually, Samantha reached out. She messaged me, apologetic, tearful, saying she didn't know about me until it was too late. I didn't respond. What was there to say? I wasn't mad at her, not really. She was just a symptom of the disease I didn't know had infected my marriage. Divorce wasn't easy. Connor tried to stall, said he wanted to co-parent the dog, begged for one more chance. I stayed firm. I sold my half of the house back to him. I didn't want a cent of it. I took my things, my dignity, and I walked away. Now, almost a year later, I live in a small apartment downtown. It's not much, but it's mine. The walls don't lie to me. The air feels clean. I went back to therapy. I focused on myself. I went back to school for trauma nursing. Because if I've learned anything, it's that the deepest wounds aren't always visible. I still believe in healing. Just not in healing things that were never whole to begin with. A few months ago, I saw Connor from across a grocery store. He was pushing a stroller. Samantha was with him. He saw me. He froze. I smiled, not the kind of smile that says I miss him. The kind that says, I survived you, and I walked on by. Because the worst betrayal didn't break me. It made me. Connor thought he destroyed me. What he really did was free me. He freed me from a life built on illusions. He freed me from loving a man who didn't even respect me enough to tell the truth. And in that freedom, I found something stronger than any marriage vow. Now, every time I look in a mirror, I don't see the broken wife who answered that doctor's call in tears. I see a woman who walked through hell and didn't just survive, but came out glowing on the other side. I don't hate him anymore. I don't wish him pain. I wish him truth. Because one day, when Samantha asks how their child came to be, he'll have to look into innocent eyes and explain the mess he made. As for me, I've started dating again. Slowly. Cautiously. I laugh more. I sleep better. I live louder. My heart beats on its own terms now, strong, whole unafraid, because sometimes it takes being shattered to finally become unbreakable.